Welcome to our weekly group coaching session. Today, I am going to walk through the AI Ads Manager with you, and I want to make sure that I am available here today to answer any questions you have because, as you know, as a member of our program, you have the ability to white label and resell the AI Ads Manager, and you can do this directly in your HighLevel accounts. Now, that's cool, and that's a major benefit because you guys are just getting, most of you are HighLevel affiliates, and this is extra income for you. This is really important because you need something to differentiate yourself from every other person who's selling HighLevel. Okay. Now, lots of people use their time to add the additional value. They spend time creating snapshots and systems that work for their niche. And all of that is great and really important. However, again, it takes time. So if you're coaching or you're building websites or you're doing SEO or anything that you're doing that takes time, this is what we want to put at our highest price point because we want to make sure that we are building these reoccurring sales every month and we are saving our time for the people who are willing to pay for it, to put it quite bluntly, right? Now, before I get started, I wanted to remind you guys that commented on last week's video. You commented IVR. I am going to be doing the drawing here for a free private consultation in today's lesson. And then also, of course, as a member, we're going to do our normal where we spin the wheel and you guys get the opportunity to win. So if you commented and you're a member, now you have two opportunities to win a private consultation. So we'll get to all of that in just a second. If you are not a member, for those of you watching the replay and you would like to become a member, you can go to myvisionagency.com. You can see all the resources we have. You'll get a free starter plan for creating a HighLevel account. And if you are already a HighLevel customer, you can choose these options here. You will actually still get a free starter plan if you upgrade to the SaaS plan through me. It doesn't change your sponsor or your account. You just get all of the awesome benefits for the SaaS plan. Now, if you guys have not set up your white label AI ads manager yet, you want to go into the community or the learning area. It's really the same courses. And you want to just complete these steps here. This will explain everything. Really, all you're doing is adding records to your domain so that you can white label this. Okay. Now you can see here, this is a demo account that I have created. This is the same account that all of you guys have. And you can see here, this says ads.visionary resellers. Now we want to add our own domain there, but we don't want to add the main root domain. It needs to be a subdomain because in this scenario here, I would want to promote my business on visionaryresellers.com. That would be the website that I'm sending people to so they can sign up. However, they're paying you. Okay. That has nothing to do with this at all. You technically could sign someone up here without ever receiving payment. Obviously, that's not what we want to do. But this here, there's nothing related to payment. Okay. So if you want to have this part of your HighLevel plans, you certainly can do that. If you want this to be a standalone offer, you certainly can do that. What's really cool about it is you can add your invite link. And when I say invite link, what I mean is if you go to the clients tab here, once you connect your domain, you'll see your client invite link. This is the link that you're giving to your clients if it's a standalone product and they are registering their account or you're doing this for them. Okay. This is also the same link that you'll add to a custom menu tab like I did here, and then they will be prompted to register. Now, you can create your plans, and I have training on all of this, where you can include this custom menu tab in the plan so they will automatically get access. So let's say you have basic plan A, it doesn't include the AI Ads Manager, and then you have plan B that does. Plan B would have access to this tab here. That makes it really easy. Of course, you can only do that on the SaaS plan. If you're on the other plans, you'll just manually give them access. Okay. So you'll see here, this is where you're going to add or you're going to manage your account. So when you first create your account and you go through the onboarding process, you'll see that the first step after connecting your domain is registering your own account because you are the agency admin. You'll be able to see your client accounts down here. And if you need to switch into the client accounts, you can do that. And then it's like you're managing it. So it's very similar to HighLevel, how you have your admin account and then you have your sub accounts that you can switch into. You can also choose which platforms you want each sub account to have access to. This part is manual. So if you don't want them to have access to everything, just make sure when you get a new member to add this. Now, I say this is a manual action. And the reason that I'm driving this home that it's a manual action is because I always tell you guys, do not put anything that requires manual actions on that lowest tier because most people are going to sign up for the lowest tier and they're also going to cancel more than the higher tiers. So you're going to have this like revolving door of things that you're going to constantly have to do if you put this on your lowest tier. So I think HighLevel tools and whatever system you build on the lowest tier, and then you need the AI ads on the mid to higher tier. Okay. That's just my recommendation. Now, you can totally brand this as you want. So if you click to add business details, you can add your own logo here. You can add an image for the login page. You can call it whatever you want to. You can add your own privacy policy here, link if you want to. And you can choose if you want the AI chat bot for your clients or the white labeled help center. Now, most people will choose this because they are supporting your clients. The Play team, this is white label Play. I am a black label reseller, so I have the ability to allow you to have licenses to white label. Okay, so that's the levels there. So you can toggle this on if you do not want to support the clients. If you just want to tell them like, hey, go to the white label center up here or ask your chatbot. That's really great if you guys are just unfamiliar with ads or it's just one less thing for you to have to do. Okay. When they reply, it will be like a gray label. So I can't remember what it says, but it's like AI ads system or something like that. So it's not branded at all. All right. So you can see all of your client accounts here. You can set up your branding here. You can also come here to customize and you can choose if you want to show or hide sample results, resources, the custom hub tab. This is really important because a lot of agencies who utilize this software, most of them just only have their client log in to the account and then they don't touch it again. Most agencies will do this themselves, but this is a great mid-tier to provide the software for your clients so they can run their own ads. And then maybe for the done for you client, you're going to run the ads for them. Either way, you're not technically running the ads. I mean, you are overseeing them, but the system manages the ad. It creates the ad, it optimizes the ad, it manages it all for you. Okay. You have the preferred platform. So if you do not want maybe TikTok or LinkedIn or even the direct mail, if you don't want any of these options to show, you can just toggle them off and then it won't show to any of your clients. So maybe you are just focusing solely on YouTube. You can just turn everything else off and it will only be your platform will be like a YouTube ads platform specifically. And then if you want to get even more customization, you can come down here to the ads platform images and you can change out any of the images and it won't look like this anymore. It'll have your own images here. Okay. So here in the Home tab, you'll see this is where most people will get started. But before you can get started, you want to make sure to connect your accounts. So I want to be very clear about how cool this is. If you want to connect your account, you have to go to each of the platforms and create an ads account. So you have to have a business account with Facebook and Google, which is the same as YouTube, and TikTok and Snapchat and LinkedIn and Bing and Spotify. You have to go out and so do your clients. They have to create these ads accounts. And when you're creating an ad account, you will be prompted to add a payment method with your ads. So when you connect it to this system, it is using that payment method and it's using that ad account. Okay. Now, it's really cool if they have an ad already running in the ad account, you can just bring it in to this. All you need to do is connect it, and then you'll see in the where the ads are, you'll see where you can just import it in and then start managing it. Or they can create the ads directly here. So all you need to do to connect this is literally click here, and then it goes through the process. I don't want to do it, but it'll just ask you to log in to that, and then you'll be connected. Okay, so super simple to connect. And then from that point on, as long as it's connected and that payment method is added to that ad account, it should be good to go. Of course, there's verification processes and all of these things in the business account. Since I'm saying all of this, I also want to let you know and drive home the fact, if you are promoting this to business owners, it's awesome that AI can create and manage the ad. But if they have never run an ad or they do not even have a business account, you need to either do that for them or be very, very clear about the expectations. All right. Because you really need to expect about $1,000 to be spent in the testing process before you really start seeing a good return on the ad spend. A lot of people who've never run an ad before, they think that they're just going to spend $100 and then get 100 leads. And that's the other part too. Just because you're getting leads doesn't mean you're getting sales. Okay. So we need to look at that whole picture for this to be profitable. So honestly, I would not even waste my time trying to promote this to people who do not have an ad account and who have never run ads before. My personal preference, if you love spending a lot of time on low budget clients, feel free to go do that. Okay. But I'm just warning you, that's how it is. I also want to do another warning and tell you, don't promote or resell any tool unless you have used it yourself. So be your own first case study and run your ads to figure out how it all works and to have the confidence when you are promoting and reselling this that this is an actual solution. Now, I use this in my own account. You can see this is my ad account. I run ads with this. I do not run ads anywhere outside of this. So just to let you know, it's what I use for my own business. I practice what I preach. All right, so you can see all the different platforms that we can advertise on, which is absolutely amazing. You have your folders down here. You have the Create Hub. Now, this has received so many updates lately. You'll see one of them here. Now we can actually, it's basically like the keyword explorer that Google has, but it's better. We have the create an audience with Meta, and we can create an audience with Google as well. Very soon, we'll have the ability to import customer lists because, as you know, retargeting an audience or creating a really fine-tuned audience with the perfect keywords, that's how you're going to get the best ad spend. Okay. We also have the ability to create assets in here. So we can create ad images, add text to image with text overlay, and we can even create memes. So I do say if you use this, make sure that you upload images or choose images that do not have text already on them because it's going to actually add the text there. All right. You also can create videos, add copy, and you can even create audio if you want to promote to Spotify or something like that. So when you add all of these ad assets, when you go to create an ad, it's going to pull all of those in. Now, once you connect your account and you want to start running ads, the first thing you want to do for yourself or for your clients is you want to come in here and add your website URL. When you do that, it's actually going to pull in the logo, the products and services, and all of that. So I'm just going to type in my website domain, and you'll see what we get here. myvisionagency.com, click to generate. Now the AI is actually searching my website, and it's going to pull in all this data for me. All right, so it pulled in the description, my business name, didn't pull in my phone number or this option here, but it did pull in my purple color, so that's really cool. I could also choose my location, but these things are optional. I could upload my logo. For the sake of time, I won't do that here. But the next step here is the instructions. Now, this is basically you're talking to your AI agent and you're telling it everything that you want it to know. Like maybe don't use specific words, speak in this tone. Here it says use a conversational tone throughout the content, incorporate humor and lightheartedness in writing, make the language simple and jargon free. You can add any of these options here. And if you have nothing here and you have no idea what to write, you can actually just click generate for me, and then it will pull in that data that it's collected from your website and your business, and then it will create this for you. You also have the media area, so you can upload your own images and video, which is really important, especially if you have a specific product that you sell or images of your business or your dashboard or whatever that's branded to you, because you can upload these images of your product and then it will spin it and then use it in the different ads and things. All right, so that's the media gallery here. Now, if you want to create your ad, all you have to do, and this is really the magic of the software, okay? So if you want to create your ad, all you have to do is choose the platform you want to create the ad on, and then you can come in here and first thing you want to choose your goal. So are you trying to send traffic? Are you using the lead forms here? Are you using the conversion? And I do have training on how you can set this up in your accounts for conversions, sales, awareness, phone calls, or engagement and messages. If we wanted to choose conversion, we definitely have to have a pixel, and I don't have an account connected to this demo account. So I'm just going to say traffic. And then here we can type in whatever it is that we are wanting to promote. So let's say free training reveals how to use AI to create and manage your ads. All right, now we could click generate, or we could add our images here if we need to. We could also toggle this on to use the selected images only if we do not want AI to generate that for us. We could also click here, and this prompt is for, or these instructions is for this specific ad. So if we have our main brand context, like you can see it's pulling in here, let's say that it's still our brand, but this is a specific offer that we want to promote and we want it to be really specific. We can go ahead and update that here, and then it will be for only this ad. Now, once you have added this here and you've selected your goal and your media and you've updated this or kept it as is, you can actually click generate. And then now it's going to create the ad copy. And you can see down here, it's reading the websites, understanding your business, generating targeting, it's writing the ad copy, and then it's finalizing the creatives. So we'll go ahead and let it do its magic there. Do you guys have any questions or anything so far? No? All right. All right. So you can see now it has created the ad for us. If we click here, you can see all of the different options. Now, I didn't upload any images, and it would look much better if I did. It just kind of created this on a whim. If I don't like these images, or maybe I like them, but I want to tweak them, I can click here and open up the Design Studio. And then I have all of the basic functions here to update this and customize it to meet whatever needs I have. Preferably, you want to upload those images, or you can go to, let's go where so many tabs here, I can never remember. There is one for Shutterstock. Here we go. You could go to the stock images here. You can search for Shutterstock. Like if I say digital marketing, it'll search the images for me, and you will see the watermark, but once the ad goes live, there is no watermark. So don't worry about that. But you can upload your images here. You can generate more images, or you can customize them here. You can add your own assets here. You can also use the Smart Creative, which is really cool. You can choose the, like, add your logo here. You can add those images here, your website and all of that, and then click next. Of course, we don't have any creatives here, so let's just choose some. Let's go here. Let's select this. Now, the select, let me explain this to you. So when you're selecting these images, remember that when you place your ad, it's going to actually create multiple variations and it's going to split test everything. So when you create the one ad, it's going to create many that are going to be the perfect size for the multiple different platforms. So here, if I wanted to use this image, I can choose the square image and I can edit it there. And then if I want to go here, I can choose the 1.9, the landscape or whatever, and I can select what I want it to look like here. When I choose this here, I can move this over. Maybe I want it to look like this, and then I can do save changes. And then when it adds those images down here, it's edited the way that I want it to make sure that it's showing the appropriate thing. Okay. Now, if I go back to the smart images, I have these selected. So I'm going to click next, and let's click next again. And we have the free training, how to use AI to create and manage your ads. We can click generate here and it's going to create those headlines. It's creating the descriptions, the titles, and the different features. Okay. So now we have all of the content. We can click create and it's going to create more images for us. Okay. So you can see down here, it's preparing the data, generating creatives, and creatives generated successfully. So it should show up here. Raymond, you have a question?
Yeah. You mentioned that we have on our account here, we have what, 5 accounts we can use, something like that?
If you have the starter plan, you have 5 licenses. If you have the plus plan, you have 10. And then if you have the pro plan, you have unlimited.
Right. So, like, I'm talking about, I put a little bit of time playing around with this. I should just say playing around because I haven't really done anything live yet. If I wanted to use this for my own SaaS, would that stuff move over, or do I have to start from scratch? Does it based on my email, or
What do you mean?
like I want to get my own play for my own agency,
Mhm.
right? Would everything that I did on this system here go away?
You can talk to Play. So you want to go directly through Play, you're saying?
Yeah, or you or whatever. I mean, I want it in my I want to offer it to my clients, right? Because I want to manage their ads and stuff in my own system.
Yeah, everybody has the ability to do that. You just go into you get your client invite link, and then you just add a custom menu tab. When you've sold or used your 5 licenses that you have, just you can upgrade through me for the next plan. And then you get I offer 500 leads with the AI lead system and 10 licenses, or you could do the unlimited. It's 497. It's actually cheaper than if you go through Play directly.
It's four ninety seven a month.
Yeah, for unlimited.
Okay, and what's the 10 level?
Let me just pull up my website here and I'll show you. So if you go here, okay, so the plus plan here is 297 a month, and then you get the 10 licenses, and then you also get the AI coach. For the pro plan, it's 497 a month. You get unlimited AI ads manager licenses. You get the AI leads. So you get 1,000 credits of that, and then you get these other tools as well.
Okay, so but I could put this in my system right now, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, and it'll look just like this.
Okay, so all I want to do is find the directions to add my custom menu and all that, and
Yeah. All
yes.
of that you can find in this module right here.
Okay, so I could do that on put that on my own because I'm having to go to my vision agency, the app my vision agency every time I want to use this. But
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you can totally use that. Now, you do have an account here, inside of my dashboard, and it's the exact same account, except this is branded to me, and yours, of course, will be branded to you. I do have the social planner, which is not available on your guys' accounts. This is actually something that you have to pay extra for. It's like an upgrade or an add-on. And to be honest, the only reason I added this is because it makes boosting posts really easy. Also, we can schedule to Twitter or X, and not a lot of social media planners allow that. So I just wanted to provide that as an option.
that's an add-on. Well, like how much do
Yeah.
they charge?
Yeah. So if you sign up directly through Play, for me, it was $47 a month in addition to my normal subscription. So I'm not sure like on your guys' plan what that would be, but you could reach out to them. You and your clients can go up here to the little help article here, and it opens up this gray label knowledge base. And just for those of you unfamiliar with gray label, is kind of like lead connector. It's like one brand that is like universal, so that it's not matching with another company, but it's something like, they have to connect a domain, so it needs a name, right? So you have access to that gray label knowledge base there. So you really technically don't have to support your customers here with the ads manager. Cool. All right, so you can see all of the images that have been created here. So that's really awesome. We can select these. Of course, like I said, we can edit them if we want to. Let's just choose these images here. And you'll see that you can create a carousel. You can see what it's actually going to look like. You can toggle this on for standard. Standard, just to explain. So dynamic, it says automatically create and test your multiple ad combinations from your selected or created images, videos, headlines, and text. The standard ads are ideal when you want full control and detailed management of each individual ad. I had to read that to be specific because this dynamic ad option is fairly new. So I just wanted to make sure I was telling you the right thing. All right, so down here, you'll see we have all of our ads. I'm just going to go back here. It makes it easier to look at. You can see that it has all of the primary text added, all of the headline text. If you wanted to change something here, of course, you could do that. You could also click here and you could make it shorter, longer, change the tone. You could just completely regenerate it if you want to. You can choose your call to action here. Just booted me. It's the same standard calls to action as any Facebook ad, and you can toggle over to Instagram and see because I did choose Meta. So Meta is Instagram and Facebook. You also have the targeting, and this is really where this software comes in. Like, it's really the magic of it. Okay. So if you look at the targeting, and I hate this because I don't have an account connected. So let me go into my advertising here and let's click here. Let me just show you from this point so that you can actually see the magic of the targeting. So I'm going to click here, and this is in my live account. And you can see that I can choose my targeted interests, and it pretty much knows what who I'm trying to reach and promote because it already scanned the website. It already, it read the prompt and the ad and all of those things. And really, when you're creating Facebook ads, you want to make sure that your ad copy is very relevant to the landing page that they're going to. It'll actually help you with the algorithm. It'll reduce your ad spend. It's really more important than most people give it credit for. Okay. So we have business owners. That's automatically who it's wanting to target. We can also retarget different. We actually choose here. So these are all the same. If you've ever run a Facebook ad through Facebook, these are all the same standard targeting options that you have available there. You can also choose the AI targeting. So AI will actually choose who it thinks would be best suited for your ad. Okay. Now, I will say this makes it really, really easy, but it also takes more time to train the algorithm. So you might spend more money in the testing phase. That's what I've experienced anyway, utilizing this because I've tested every single option. Really great. And after that testing phase, you do get a really good cost per lead or conversion. But I have noticed it does take a little bit longer in the training or the learning phase. And then you have the custom options here. So if I wanted to choose specific interests, behavior, or demographics, I could choose that here. I could also narrow my audience just like you could in a Facebook ad. I could exclude different audiences. I could choose the age and gender that I want to promote to. I can also choose my location and I can exclude locations. I can also choose languages. I can include specific devices. I can have auto placement here, or I can choose the manual options. Now, auto placement is really, you can see everything that it's trying to select here. Okay. And that is, it has all of those images that we just created, and it would be fine to go ahead and use this. However, if I am promoting a video, I don't want it to be, I might want it to be Facebook and the feed and video feeds, but I honestly don't have a large following on Instagram. And while this might help me get more of a following, I like the social proof of my Facebook page. I have nearly 7,000 followers on Facebook, but I have, I think, 500 on Instagram because I don't like Instagram. I'm not there that much. So, all right. So, those are the options there that you can select. You can also choose lookalike audiences. So if you have an audience that you have created, which is my preferred way, I love to use the AI lead system. You can use that to create a list of your perfect client and then retarget them specifically. You could do that here with the retargeting option and just target that specific list. Or you could use that list to create a lookalike audience and then promote your offer to those specific people and everyone like them. Okay, so you can just select your lookalike audience here. You could also create one, but then the retargeting, you could use like specific lists of people. You could even choose people who have engaged with your Facebook or Instagram page. Okay, and then you have all of these these options down here as well. So, really good about choosing that target audience. I know that choosing keywords and the audience and the, demographics and behaviors and interests, all of that is really what completely overwhelms people who are not ads experts. I'm far from an ads expert. This is why as soon as this tool came on the market, I think like 2 years ago it was, I immediately jumped on it because I was like, this is exactly for people like me who are not ads experts, but we need ads. Okay. If you're going to get leads for your business, you're either going to spend your time or your money. So you can decide which path you want to take. All right. So that's how you choose the location and the audience. Of course, you just want to put your website here, and then you're going to choose your budget. If you click down here for optional, here is where you want to toggle on to optimize the ad. So if you want to just manage this ad yourself, of course you can. And it's great to have options because some of you are, really good with ads and you just want total control over it because you've been doing this so long and you know what to do. You certainly can just toggle that off. But if you're like me and you're like, I don't really know when to remove the right keywords and so on and so forth, or update the headline or whatever, this does that for you. So if there's a headline that is not performing, it will actually just stop pushing your ad spend to that A/B split test with that headline. And you can see all of those split tests here. So I only chose the feeds. That's why we're seeing this. But you can see how it's taken the different variations of your ad and it's going to push that ad spend and then it's going to optimize it based on the best performing one. Okay. So going back into here, let me back out of this. Now, once you are running your ad, you can go to the analytics tab and you'll be able to see here all of the details about it, your cost per lead and all of that. And it basically just manages that whole system for you. Now, I am going to stop sharing here because I want to share some info in my real live account, but I don't want to expose everything. Okay. So just a second. Let me get to a safety zone here. All right. So here is an ad, just so that you can see as an example. This is how it analyzes your ad here. It gives you whatever you've spent in the ad, the number of clicks, the click-through rate. What I love about this is it will tell you what a good click-through rate is, and a lot of us don't know that. I can't tell you how many times I've Googled, what is a good click-through rate? Like, what am I even looking for? Okay. So this is really good with that. It tells you if this is a Facebook ad, we're looking for 1.75% for a click-through rate. You can see here we're looking for cost per click. If it's a Facebook ad, we're looking at $1.80. You can also see here that we are below the benchmark by 54%. Cost per conversion, still pretty high in this ad because it's still in the learning phase. And you can see down here as we go, we have the first week where it's analyzing the ad. It's A/B split testing. And then as it moves through this process, then it will, of course, continue the A/B split testing, but it will move the ad spend to the higher performing ad copy. You'll be able to come up here and see the optimizations. You'll see which creative is working the best. You'll be able to see which audience is working the best. And you'll see the optimizations once it's gone through that last phase. You'll see all of the different steps that it's doing to optimize the ad for you.
Bridget, is this one where you have the AI training on, or is this one where you're managing it manually? Where you said one of them, it takes a little bit longer to train the AI. Which one? The results you just showed us, which one was that for?
Let me stop sharing and then I'll tell you because I have to look in a place that I probably shouldn't share publicly. Let me see here. So I could probably show you this. So I have two different ad sets running. Okay. And this is actually what I recommend you guys do. You can see I have two different ad sets. I have one where I'm using a lookalike audience, and then I have one where I'm using a list of contacts. It doesn't, even if you choose, and I depending on the ad, it depends on which, what I'm going to target. But a lot of times what I'll do is start out with three different ad sets. I'll choose one where I'm setting it up for the AI targeting. I'll choose one that's a lookalike audience and then one that is my contacts lookalike. So I just have different lookalike audiences.
Retargeting, is that the retargeting one where you uploaded the email list and it's targeting
Yeah.
those specific people?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
basically what I do when I create an ad set is I use the same ad copy and everything, but I will create a new ad set for the different targeting so that I can just turn off. Like if I see the AI ads is not, or the AI, where it optimizes or whatever, if I see that that's not performing as well as the others, then I'll just turn that off and then it will push that ad spend to the others that are performing and then keep going through that learning process.
Sorry, if I understand you correctly, it's the AI optimize, it's the lookalike audience, and then it's the retargeting where you uploaded an email list and you're targeting those people individually, correct? I mean, specifically.
So a custom audience is a list of customers, okay, or contacts. So if you use a custom audience, it's going to target those specific people in that list. From a custom audience, you can create a lookalike audience, and then it will take that list of people and then it will create a list, a bigger list of people just like them. But then if you're using like the AI targeting, what it does is it starts promoting your offer towards people that it thinks would be interested, but it has to weed through all of that to get to the ones who actually are interested. So
Mhm.
if you can just go right to a lookalike audience, usually that's
Right.
going to be a faster
Okay.
learning process.
Okay. And is it, you're not wasting money if you have those three. Is it like showing the same, are the assets overlapping in regards to if one is showing, if Lethea is seeing your ad through your retargeting and the AI is also optimizing, am I seeing your ad like twice as much and you're paying money, double money to reach me? Or is it smart enough to know that Lethea is already seeing your ad?
I don't think that it chooses people based on who's seen the ad, more so people who have taken action, because you might see my ad 8 times and never click on it. And I want to keep showing you that. If you're my target audience, I want to keep showing you that ad until you take action.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. You guys have any questions or anything else? Man, that went by so fast. Sorry, I didn't read to talk so much. Are any of you guys doing the unofficial GHL summit? I'll have an hour break when we end here, and then we'll be doing I'll be on the panel there. So that's going to be fun.
I pre-registered. Now I'm going and looking for my link now that I know you're coming up. So I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, that would be fun.
How was it? I know it started yesterday.
Oh, I wish that I could watch all of them. It's just I'm working, so I haven't been able to watch all of them. I did want to make sure you guys, we have a new process here for I can't talk today. We have a new process for the spinning the wheel. I actually have a new tool. So, what I want to do is we'll go ahead and spin the wheel now. And for those of you who are new, just know that when you join our weekly group coaching session on Friday, you will get your name entered into a drawing. We'll spin the wheel, and then whoever wins will get a free private consultation with me. We also have another step we're going to do right after this, and this is for everyone who commented on the YouTube video from last week, the word IVR. We're going to spin the wheel, and then whoever wins that will have the opportunity to get a free private consultation as well. So I want to go ahead and enter all of your names in here. So we have Lithia, and we have Raymond, and we have Martina, and Charles, and Miss Frankie, and Keith, and Maria, and William. Or we'll just put it's Rick. All right. So I'm going to call the names out one more time just to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. Let me share my screen. So we have Lithia, Raymond, Martina, Charles, Frankie, Keith, Maria, and Rick. Did I miss anyone?
How do we qualify for this again? Is it?
Just for joining.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's all you have to do. All right, so I'm going to expand. This is our new wheel. Super cool here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and spin, and then we'll see who wins. And it's right.
Finally, I was gonna say if Keith won again. If Keith won again, man, I was gonna.
All right. All right, Raymond, I will send you the link as soon as we're done here. And now I'm going to go to the YouTube comment picker. This is a new thing we're doing. So I'm going to go to YouTube's video from last week. You'll see everyone who commented IVR. Now, I'm going to upload this new video tomorrow, and then everyone will see the winner at that point. And the magic word for today's video that will be uploaded tomorrow is going to be ads. Okay, so at 2 p.m. tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when that video uploads, you guys know, if you get that notification, go to the video, comment ads, and then you'll be entered next week. So you get 2 chances to win.
And is that all automated in a workflow, Bridget, that you're monitoring the comments from the YouTube video and then you're putting us in some kind of a workflow so you have the list easily, or does someone manually go and look at everybody who commented ads?
I'm gonna show you right now.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to use the same tool we just used. This is Comment Picker, by the way, if you guys want to check it out. So all I'm going to do is enter in the link here. And I want to go down here where it says comment by words. And since IVR was the word for this week, I'm going to go ahead and just paste in IVR. And let's see. All right, I think we're going to choose one winner. I'm going to choose random names. So I'm going to click here to pull in all the comments. So there's 11 comments.
And I didn't do it fast enough.
I'm going to go ahead and expand this, and hopefully it's not me. I didn't exclude myself, but we'll see. And it is Christy.
Awesome.
So I'm going to immediately go to the video here where Christy is at. Where is Christy? Here, and I'm going to tell her, you won. Reach out to me in our free community at myvisionagency.com. All right. Cool, cool. I love that comment picker. It's so fun. Now, if
by the way, when you were talking about making videos, I'm in the process of doing a VSL, and I'm terrified.
all
Oh
right,
my God. Oh my God. I'm just like, I hate the sound of my voice. I hate everything. Like, I'm like, oh no, I got to do it again and again and again. And it's just a pain, man, but I'll get through it. You gave me a little pump up where I just say, you know what, just screw it. Just put it out there. And
yeah, just do it. Here's, especially if it's for a VSL, because here's what's going to happen. You are going to spend so much time on that video before you even start, testing to see if the video is great, right? So put the video out, see if even the content is converting. And then if the content is converting, then make it better.
right.
Maybe the next video, one, you'll have more confidence. But 2, maybe the next video you want to put in some stock images or other stock video just to make it more entertaining and engaging. But don't do all of that in the beginning. Just
Right.
shoot the video. And the more that you're like a real person, the more people will resonate with you.
That's what they say. Because I kept saying I wanted to take the shortcut and be like, you know what? I'll pay an actor. I'll just get an actor to do it. And it's like kind of like my coach or my company I'm working with. They're like, no, you got to do it yourself.
Mhm.
You got to do it yourself. And they're like, trust me, you're going to be great at it. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, whatever. They're like,
I think the videos are definitely a confidence thing. Like I don't like any of my videos, like at all, but my clients like them. So I mean, and it's derived demand. It's not about what I like. So I'm like, why would I listen to my voice all the time? I hear it all the time. So it's
I hate the sound of my voice on recordings. I just hate it. Like when I
you
hear
know.
and watch the replay, like I'll watch the replay and I'll be like, oh my God, shut the hell up, Ray.
See that well, I mean, I'll say this, it's good to watch yourself back from a constructive standpoint, as in from an improving, but sometimes I'll record things one take and won't even look at it and send it out.
Yeah.
Because if I hit everything that I was supposed to hit, then it's, and I pretty much learned that from Bridget as far as her going live, because she can't redo anything that she does when she goes live. And at the end of the day, too, for me, especially when I'm sending stuff to clients, I don't need to go back and look at it because I know all the information that I said and it was correct. So basically, I would be nitpicking those types of things. And so then I need to cut out that gap that I just put in there, or I say so then I need to delete the and then I've spent, an hour and a half on something that I didn't need to spend an hour and a half or 2 hours on. I just recorded a video, which is why I was late. I just recorded a video that I sent out to a client just now because I had put everything together. I'm like, all right, let me explain it. Boom, explained it, visuals, all that, sent it out.
Yeah, people care more about the value than
Yeah.
all the times that you say, I totally get that. But the funny part is that everybody tells me, oh, Bridget, it's so easy for you. You're such a natural. And it cracks me up because it's like I had to probably create 500 videos before the first person ever told me I was a natural. So I have more than 1,600 videos on YouTube right now, and that's not even all the videos that I've created. So that's just YouTube. So don't worry about it. You get better and better. I say and okay a little less than I did 5 years ago, but I still say it. And this is why I love Descript because
Yeah.
shoot your video and you could just push a button and get rid of all those ums and all of that.
I don't even. I've gotten to the point now. Sometimes I don't even upload it to Descript to do that. If it's good enough, I'm like it's good enough. But I agree with you wholeheartedly because I have videos on that, so I've been doing it for a long time. So most people don't even know what that is. They're like, huh? Yeah, no, that tapes. Yeah.
Well,
So it's just repetition.
yeah, and if you're sending it to a client, they're probably going to like all those things because it seems like to them you just shot it for them
They
and you
do.
just
I
shot it
did.
quickly. Yeah, exactly. So it gives that that feel of, I mean, imagine like if I shot a specific video for one of you guys, and I know because I've done this before, it's like, oh, thank you so much. You just feel like I went the extra mile for you. And that's really what we want people to feel like. So it depends on the format. If I'm doing YouTube for years, years and years and years, I just went live on YouTube 5 days a week and I messed up lots of times. One time I shot a video about a new feature that HighLevel had, and it was that on the form where you like enter the email in and then you click the verify button and then you have to it sends a code to the email. When that first came out, I was testing and everything was cool. I was ready to do the training. I did the YouTube video, and then here I am live with everyone, and I'm like, I have no idea why this isn't working. I just had to say, I'm so sorry. And still people comment on that video because I left it up. And they comment on that video and say, I love your honesty. I love that. And it's really just a reminder that people are not as critical of us as we are of ourselves.
No, and two, like even with the individual videos that I do, what's really cool is I can repurpose them for larger the larger population. So then I end up doing that as well. So it just it all works out. You just have to do the work and over time you make incremental changes or incremental growth is what I'm trying to say, like 1% better. Like that's all I focus on. It's like, okay, I didn't like that. So now even like you talked about, one of the things I do is I try to think. This sounds really bad. I try to think before I talk. So like that pause would have been an but I didn't say it. So that was intentional, those two. So it's like those types of things. It's like, oh, okay, you're getting better. And then when you watch the video back, you're like, oh, that has a little bit more poise. Oh, okay. So that's it. Just
Yeah.
fix one thing and keep it moving.
Bridget, I do have a question regarding like when you record those videos with your avatar, are you recording that right directly on Zoom?
Yep.
Okay. So using Zoom to do those types of recordings and then you edit that video. Yeah.
Yep.
Bridget,
Yep. And then, yeah, I just take that video and go right to Descript.
Okay.
Bridget, this is Letha. I have a question about your membership levels. I noticed that within your membership community, there's a way in Go High Level to not have a separate community or a separate, community, but to have channels that are protected. So if you have 3 tiers in your program, but it looks like yours is separated. So I got moved out of the previous. So does that mean I don't have access to like those comments and conversations I had previously at the free level now that I've upgraded? But can you tell me a little bit more about your rationale? Just I'm in the very close to getting ready to launch, and I'm trying to nail down all of these nuances that could have a big impact once I scale. So I would love to know your thought process behind why having separate communities versus having one community with protected or locked channels by level.
I have 2 separate communities. So let me just share my screen just in case anybody is watching. They understand what I'm saying. So we have 2 separate communities. The reason that I have a free community and a paid community is because the free community, they don't have the ability to join our Friday sessions. So if I'm setting up my event calendar, I can't put the link to the meeting here in the free and paid community. Like if I combined them, I couldn't put that here because free communities can't join. And so that's one problem. The next thing is these tabs over here, I can't sort them between free and paid members. And these have assets here that are specific for my paid members. So that's another reason. The reason that I revoke access from the free community and the paid community is because when I didn't do that, when I just gave people both access, they would get super confused as to like where to comment and all of that. And to be 100% transparent, if I have a comment, let's say I have a really busy day and I can only respond to 5 comments, I'm going to my paid members and responding to all of their comments, and then I'll get to the free community because my members are my top priority. The free communities are not. I'm already providing massive value. I'm not so concerned about the free community as I am the paid members. Also, when I see a comment here, these comments are specifically for paid members. So I don't, it helps like if you, let's say that you went to this board here and you're like, hey, I have a question about HighLevel and I'm trying to like log in or whatever. I might help a paid member. I might send a free community member to the HighLevel support.
Okay.
So that's really the gist of all of that.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
And to answer your question from yesterday about why I use Zoom events, one of the main things I forgot to tell you is because you have to upgrade to Zoom events to have your videos record in 1080p. And because I upload these to YouTube, the videos were super grainy, but more importantly, I cut these videos into short form. And when you repurpose a video, it like drops the video quality. So I was going from 720, which is horrible anyway, and then getting it cut down into shorts, which made it like 380 or 360 or whatever that number is. So it just looked really grainy and I just wanted better. So when I upgraded, the only way to get that is to upgrade to Zoom events. And so I had all of these functions and everything. I'm paying $150 a month for this. So I'm like, I'm going to use them because it's cool. Anyway, I love it. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. You'll see a lot of Zoom meetings on YouTube. They're all in like 720 and it's just grainy. And I would love 4K, but I need at least 1080.
Okay.
Isn't there other features too, like with that you can use Zapier with, that are only available on Zoom events, or?
It's like the opposite, actually. Like Zoom, you can use Zoom. It's fine with Zapier. But when I first signed up, I was trying to connect all of that. And it doesn't like the functions in Zapier for Zoom are not the same for Zoom events. So I tested around a little bit for a couple days with that, and then I just gave up. So it might be possible, but it just was not that seamless. And so I was like, it's not that important anyway, because if you have access to that link, you're in my community.
Well, I was referring to like webinar functionality, like, when you're using a webinar funnel and you get people that sign up, you want to know who showed up, right? You want to know how long they stayed. And I heard that that's only available on the events, like certain functionality.
Yeah, it might be, but I think you have to have you have to have your registration process through Zoom. I could be wrong. But if I'm setting up a webinar, I want to use all of the HighLevel functions anyway. Like I would create a trigger link on the day of the event where they'd have to click it to join the meeting, and that would tell me who showed up.
Right. And that's how I was instructed on how to do it. But there's also like how long people stay and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, and I can go into the dashboard or the back office of Zoom events because it definitely looks different. Let me just quickly show you what Zoom
It'll
events.
tell you how long people stayed, when they showed up, all that, right?
Yeah. So when you sign up for Zoom events, you can see it's really different. You have your like hub analytics and assets, and you can create this content hub, which has, like the lobby and all of those things. Yeah, there's lots of things that you can look into. I just honestly, I don't use most of the functionality um, because I don't need it. I practice what I preach. If I need it, I'll dive in, I'll go down the rabbit hole. If I don't, maybe another day.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Do you have any other questions or anything for me before we go for the weekend? Hopefully, I see you in an hour or less than an hour at the GHL Summit. No questions? All right. Well, you guys have an awesome weekend, and September 1st is Labor Day, so I won't be doing open office hours. I hope you guys get to rest on Labor Day. Rick says, "What's the GHL Summit?" It's the unofficial summit that's being hosted by White Label Suite. I'll be a panelist here in about less than an hour. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.